Now, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who don't judge from the outside, but you know, be cautious of what you see, but also be mindful when you come across something. Because plain and simple, bro, if you got a job somewhere that requires you to travel at a far distance, and yeah, you might have, everybody say what you supposed to have as a grown man or a grown person in general. Where you supposed to have your own car, supposed to have your own money, supposed to have your wife, supposed to have a dog, supposed to have a house or apartment or something of your own. It could be your own motherfucking cardboard box or whatever. But as long as it's your own, right? But a lot of people don't tend to want to investigate or explore the possibilities of the exceptions, right? And there's exceptions for all of us, because all of us have certain people in certain situations that happen in our particular lives that requires you to step away from publicizing it, or publicizing yourself, or giving yourself to the world. You know how something happens where, you know, you lose somebody in the family, or maybe you sick. Maybe you catch COVID or catch the flu, or maybe COVID is the flu, you know, whatever. But whatever keeps you down for a second, keeps you under the weather, or keeps you kind of hesitant. A lot of people don't want to explore the fact that they're not the only ones going through that type of stuff. So, once again, shout out to everybody that's played a part in my life as far as catering towards my passion, or acknowledging my intelligence, or acknowledging that it ain't about trading wits back and forth about politics or religion all day. Sometimes I just hit niggas up just to kick it, just to smoke, just to chill, laugh at niggas' shoes back in the day. You know, yeah, I am that type of dude also. But I know this particular dude, a teacher of mine, right? His name Mr. Bastek. Kirk Bastek, to be particular. Now Kirk, he was my history teacher. Wound up being my homeroom teacher in junior high. Now, 7th grade, he was just my social studies teacher. 8th grade, he became the social studies teacher and the homeroom teacher, right? But I know back then, right, I was going through a transition of finding myself. You know, I transitioned from just being a regular student to then becoming a rapper. Then I was wearing a haircut. Then all of a sudden I started growing long hair. You know, then I started hanging with these little nerdy little dudes. Then I started hanging with these gangbanging dudes, right? So through all that transition, Mr. Bastek was there, right? You know, and 3 other teachers also. But Mr. Bastek being my homeroom teacher, and him being sort of a militant type guy, because I believe he served in the he served for the country, I guess, or whatever that means. So I've always acknowledged that he had a little bit more of a sensitivity towards United States and making sure you knew your country or knew the states and capitals. But I can't recall out of all his social studies, teaching about studying society, what society are you talking about that relates to where we go home every day, bro? Me and my little sister, we was going home to JC. We was sleeping on G Street, nigga. Everybody in my classroom was from Fifth City. A couple of dudes was from Rockwell. But I'm saying that to say, what you teaching in front of us, bro, don't relate to what we going through, how we communicate with each other. Because of course the teacher can teach us and talk to us, whatever, but we all got our own relationships with each other, bro. That's why we fight. That's why we kiss certain girls. That's why we fight certain dudes. That's why we get suspended. That's why certain days we don't get suspended. Sometimes that's why you see us hang with certain people outside. That's why you see certain people hang outside after school. Sometimes you see certain people hang with certain people in after school programs. Sometimes you see certain dudes sit down in the lunchroom with certain people. I've experienced those strategies, and I know that they were strategies in particular for me. But I remember Mr. Bastek, he saw me hanging with R.I.P. my nigga Mike, right? So my nigga Mike was basically the whole, he gave me the gist to be the rapper that I became. He gave me the balls to go as hard as I went, because he was the hardest nigga I knew on some street shit or on some tough shit, So back then, yeah, as little boys, we all was trying to be tough in a way. We all was challenging each other, not knowing that we was really trying to figure ourselves out. But not knowing that we bumping heads because we all confused, So I got to know Mike later on in life. Later on in our school life. Even though I've known the nigga since we was kids, but we weren't always in cahoots. So when I get in cahoots with the dude, now hating ass Mr. Bastek, the teacher, the white teacher, the militant teacher, he don't understand that I'm connecting with this dude because he's the closest one. Mike stayed closest to me in my classroom besides my cousin. Like, we was connected that way. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't understand like why all of a sudden we got cool, or why we always had somewhat of a Fonzie, Richie Cunningham type relationship, to where we was never enemies, but we wasn't always in each other's faces until 7th and 8th grade. Then I lowered my demeanor and catered to the niggas that was hanging with him. So I thought I was gonna be his follower, but instead I was the nigga who always combat with him. So I remember Mr. Bastek used to tell me, Robert, you keep hanging with those guys, you're not gonna graduate. I'm like, nigga, you crazy? Like, nigga, if anything, like, nigga, yeah, I know. I wasn't hanging with none of these dudes, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, all that. Yeah, I know that. But, nigga, I'm me. I'm Robert Alcorn. You just my teacher for this year, right? But maybe he was right. Maybe he was right, because I did follow a sense of loyalty with all these dudes, and with Mike in particular, all the way up until, he had to rest in peace. But yeah, once I found my passion in life, which was really my rap shit, and really what I wanted to rap about, because back then I rap catering towards the energy of them niggas. But then once niggas graduate and you don't see niggas as much, everybody going their own way, got jobs, got kids, they create families, and real life situations happen. You lose a lot of things and people. You start to mature and your brain develops more, so therefore, you don't tend to think about being loyal to grammar school people all day when you 20-something years old. So yeah, I found more friends. I found out who was really not my friends in the first place, right? But that doesn't give a teacher the right to judge a student hanging with another student when you're supposed to help both students, right? You're supposed to see it his way and find a way to, because you're the teacher. You're not a teacher. You're not my teacher versus him. You're our teacher. So how are you gonna? That's like a nigga getting between somebody and be like, man, Joe, he like this, man. Let me talk to him right quick. Let me calm him down. Then you go over there and talk to the other nigga. Like, man, Joe, man, you know how he is, man. You know how he be, man. Just calm down, bro. Like, nah, nigga, you causing more trouble. Because I'm the type of nigga to hear a nigga try to talk me, trying to big me up over another person. I go and tell that nigga, like, nah, hey, bro, don't you know this nigga tried to put me against you, dog? Yeah, I'm that type of nigga. You're not gonna talk to me on the low if you can't confront both of us where we all three can have a discussion. Cause I don't like leaving no one person out of a triangle. Cause that's a triangle. One nigga trying to instigate or investigate why is this guy hanging with this guy. So that basically what that means is, and I think I seen Charleston White speak on this also. But basically what you're saying is I got a better future than him. You know what I'm saying? I'm smarter than him, or I'm a better person or something. Cause I'm like, nah, bro. Cause everything you trying to compliment me about, you're insulting my homie, bro. Cause I'm thinking this is my homie. So that's why I don't listen to niggas talking down about somebody when they not around. Because if you feel a person has a problem or something is wrong with that person, you don't just cancel them or write them off as crazy or gay or whatever you judge a person off of. If you ain't got no proof of it, but if you got proof of something, then you change and correct something about the person. You know, to my knowledge, I don't hang with rapists or pedophiles or none of that shit, right? But if I know something about somebody, then you won't see me hang with them. But everybody that I truly hang with, I truly get tattooed when they died, everybody I truly made music with, to my knowledge, thinking it's a cool motherfucker. If I'm smoking with you, I'm thinking you a cool motherfucker. Right? So, but Mr. Bastek, right? So, we had another cat by the name of Darius Rogers. R.I.P. Darius Rogers. Now, back in the day, we all had siblings, right? I had a little sister. Darius had a little sister. Mike had a little sister. A lot of us had younger siblings, right? And we were younger siblings of other people, right? So, yeah. Ain't nobody pretty much gonna touch, we pretty much protective because that's how our parents raised us. When you go to school, your sister gonna go to the school. Your cousin go to the school, you gonna go, So that's how we were raised, My dad always made sure we got to school, My mama always made sure we had uniform clothes, clean clothes. You know what I'm saying? New gym shoes every year. All type of shit, right? But it was something about me having a lot of things and my friends didn't. Or who I thought was my friends. So, I had to realize my friends that I was trying to make wasn't really my friends based off a genuine bond. It was more like I had more sympathy towards these people. You feel me? But yeah, I remember Darius Rogers, man. He was so protective over his little sister, man. And later on in life, Darius he didn't get killed by somebody, but he passed. And I'm not friends with Mr. Bastek on Facebook or none of that. Even though I tried to, once I developed a Facebook page, I tried to befriend a lot of people who I thought was kind of cool, or who I probably, was wrong. I thought wrong of, or maybe, they can't be still tripping on back in the day. Or they can't still not like me for whatever reason. I'm 20-something years old now, right? So yeah, I tried to add Mr. Bastek on Facebook, and the nigga didn't accept my shit, right? So that's it. So I left it at that. I'm not gonna force. He know who the hell I am. This nigga been saying my name on the roster every damn day. He say attendance back in the day, so he know who the fuck I am. Cause he friends with other kids that had him as a teacher. Shit, my sister is on this page, so my sister updates me about certain things, right? But yeah, I heard recently he made a comment on one of the students' pages, a female who was Darius Rogers' little sister, right? So this ain't the first time I'm hearing of this nigga comment on female students' pages that he had as students. But it's like, bro, you sat up there and criticized all these girls' older brothers back in the day, including me, including Mike, including Darius. You know damn well and we wasn't going for none of that if we knew that about you back in the day, bro. If we knew that later on in life, you would be this old pedophile on Facebook making all these inappropriate comments on our little sister pages. Like I done caught a glance at comments, and I see this nigga name because I'm friends with these certain females and shit, some of them. But I'm not friends with this nigga, but I can still see what type of nigga he is. But I see that's why he didn't like what we had going on as the older brothers, the protectors back in the day. Because now he see it like, oh, the coast is clear for me to be a free pedophile, and ain't gonna be no punishment. Cause you know, back in the day, boy, you know, Mike and Darius and niggas like me, like, bro, we wasn't your favorite students, bro. We know that. And I'm kind of trying to figure out, like, maybe that's the reason why. Cause you saw that we were strong black men, strong, young, intelligent black men who didn't play about protecting. Cause you try to talk us into not being that type of way and focus on what you was teaching us. See, you got the game fucked up. And I realized I had the game fucked up. I'm sitting up here thinking that, oh man, I gotta figure out who I'm hanging with. Oh, I gotta look at everybody I'm hanging with, you know, cause Mr. Bastek said this. But I'm like, nigga, how can I hold your word as law when, nigga, you ain't doing everything, you know, that's appropriate, my nigga? You a white boy. Calm down. You can't do nothing for these black girls, man, but trick off. And you supposed to be married, nigga. Married with a dog named Abby, right? You feel me? But yeah, Mr. Bastek, you didn't teach me shit about my heritage. You didn't teach me shit about my culture. You didn't even give me the curiosity to even find out. That's how brainwashed you had us, bro. Fuck these states and capitals, nigga. These states and capitals weren't even named that shit back in the day. What I come to realize later on. But yeah, it took for a real teacher, a teacher from my culture, for my culture, to tell me what I needed to know in order for me to talk like this right now, nigga. So that's why I'm so aggressive, and that's why I go so hard when you do hear me spaz out on these videos, because I wasn't a spaz out type of motherfucker as a kid, as a student, because I always felt like I had to follow suit with what every adult told me, because I thought every adult was law. Every adult was right. Every adult was an authority. But then you realize some of these motherfuckers is petties. Some of these niggas is rapists. Some of these niggas is murderers. Some of these niggas still live at home with their mamas, just like a lot of motherfuckers do. You feel me? It's a lot of these motherfuckers out here who, you know what I'm saying, like, but that's where I stand with it, right? Now, that was one of my favorite years. 8th grade, 7th grade, yeah, one of my favorite years. You know, because we used to make fun of Mr. Bastek. You know, nigga used to wear these loud-ass gym shoes and shit. They used to squeak and shit when he walked, you know. But yeah, I can't respect that man today, man. So, as far as one of my favorite teachers, he's not one of those. Now, I appreciate you passing me, but other than that, nah, bro. You wasn't for me, bro. And now that I see what's going on, I realize that you was never for us. So how can I be for you, bro? You ain't teach us about Malcolm X. You didn't teach us about W.E.B. Du Bois. You didn't teach us about Frederick Douglass. You didn't teach us about the Black Panthers. Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton is from Chicago. Like, nigga, it was a Black Panther party in Chicago, and you didn't even teach us about that. You teaching us about all this foreign shit. I'm like, nigga, fuck that. All right, you want to teach us about foreign shit? All right, well, teach us about Africa then. Because that relates to us. You teaching, ain't nobody in our classroom non-black, bro. Everybody in our classroom is black. We living in gang-infested neighborhoods, drug-infested neighborhoods. We living in a household with drug addicts. We growing up the opposite of what y'all trying to push down our throats and trying to fail us and grade us on some shit that's not our reality. Y'all teaching us dreams. Y'all ain't teaching us reality. Fuck them dreams, nigga. That's why most of us is dead or in jail or lost and got millions of babies and shit right now, cause y'all got us lost. We weren't lost back then. Y'all the ones that y'all lost us. Y'all taught us this shit. Y'all knew every day. Y'all held back on purpose. Certain things you knew in your head that you told yourself you're not gonna say to them because it might be too mean, or it might be too honest, or it might hurt their feelings. No, nigga, hurt my feelings. That let me know that I got that feeling. I didn't know bravery was a feeling, nigga. Because I didn't have that feeling. Because you didn't give it to us. Like, no, don't try to pretty shit up, dog. And it ain't just you. I'm only calling you out because you the white boy. And I get tired of hearing my sister, you know, talking about what Mr. Badstick said on Facebook. Fuck that nigga. You know, I keep hearing about a nigga who don't, you know, fuck, nigga want to be my friend anyway. Fuck dude. You feel me? So I'm like, I mean, hey, that's a personal thing for me though, you know. But Mr. Vastek, that nigga don't like me for a lot of reasons. Shit, nigga heard me say a Tupac lyric before. So you know how Tupac feel about authority and white folks and police, right? So yeah, I look at Mr. Vastek like how white folks look at Tupac. I've always felt that energy from this dude. And just like a prison ward, you know, you play the role as the inmate until you get out. So when you get out, now you can talk about the nigga. But while you under this motherfucking regime, or while you under his authority and he got the ability to grade you or fail you and pass you, nigga, I'm thinking about hurting my mom. I'm thinking about my mama talking about graduating, nigga. I ain't thinking about, China. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about being a revolutionary in 8th grade. My mama told me I better march. Nigga, I better march across that stage. So yeah, you feel me? Yeah, you know, you play the role until your role is, until the movie is done. So the movie was done. I graduated, got all the pictures taken, you know, went on to high school, went on to college. Now I'm out of the school system, out of that shit. I'm out of that institution. I done did my time. Just like most people go to prison, I went to school. See, most niggas drop out of school and go and finish in prison. They finish sentences in prison instead of finishing school. I finished school and never been to prison. See what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say they both the same thing though. You escape one and you gonna run into the other. You feel me? So, but yeah, that's how they do it though, man. Peace, love yourself most importantly. You did? Because I didn't love myself back then. I didn't love myself the way I love myself now. Because I didn't know myself. My teachers wasn't teaching me myself. You feel me? As a kid, you woke, you spiritual, but you're not knowing how to apply this shit to, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. That's why I credit Crane for teaching me more in summer school than what I learned throughout grammar school on a regular school year. You dig?